Let's go live on Facebook.
Lo voy a dejar abierto. No póngale la...
Here with my very good friend, Tequila. We're about to go live, everybody. Tequila and Transactions. It's going down live from Tequila, Jalisco. Manny's somewhere around there, getting ready for the Tequila and Transactions. Number 3.
Ricky. Yay! Ready what?
Ready?
I'm being ready.
He's been ready.
I was born ready, bro. Come on. People waiting, brother, hitting me up. We live or what?
Going, it's going. Hold on.
Patience.
Patience, brother. Patience.
Patience. I could have spent an extra 10 minutes at Cantaritos El Güero. Literally just left.
All right, I think we're live. Let me double check because last time
we live
10 times.
We live.
Last time we said we were live like 10 times. Let me double check this. I'm pretty sure that we're live here. Yeah. We are live, everybody. I'm out here in the Bay Area. My good friend, my brother, Manuel Gomez, Manny Gomez, he's in Tequila, Jalisco. Is that right, bro? Or where are you at right now? Let the people know.
I am in Tequila, Jalisco. I just came from Cantaritos El Güero.
Hey, so it was a blessing in disguise. Unfortunately, everybody, we had some technical difficulties last week on Thursday. We were trying to go live. We couldn't go live. Facebook did not want to let us. So it was a blessing in disguise that my good friend, my brother, was going to be out there in Tequila. So we said, you know what? Let's move it. Let's take the people to Tequila, where it's all made, where it's from, where everything. So just want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Tequila and Transactions number 3. So back at it. We're here to talk to you guys a little bit about real estate, but more importantly, talk to you guys about our favorite drink, our go-to every day of the week. It's tequila. We love it. Some of you guys don't know much about it, but we're here to give you a little bit more insight. We're here to talk a little bit about real estate and more than anything, pick Mr. Emmanuel Gomez's brain a little bit because he is the owner of Native Soil Inc. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm chilling. Feeling real good.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah, we had like banda and cantaritos and stuff. Pretty awesome.
I love it, man. I love it. Hey, bro. So a lot of people may or may not know you. So I want to give you the floor a little bit and talk a little bit about yourself. Your company, anything that you want to let the people know about, and then while you're doing that, I'm going to serve myself a tequila, and then I'll start talking about what I'm drinking on, and then we'll flip it back to you. But without further ado, everybody, this is the owner of Native Soil Inc. Salud.
Hello. All right, thank you, brother, for the introduction. My name is Emmanuel Gomez. For everybody that doesn't know me, I started my company in 2015. I got my contractor license. So the way you get your contractor license is you need 5 years of experience, or you could use education as experience as well. So you only need 4 years of experience of college, and then you get 1 year of on-field experience, and you get your contract license as well. So in 2015, in 2014, I started my application. I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and I studied landscape architecture. And after I graduated in 2013, I worked for Valley Crest, which is a national landscaping company. So they mostly do commercial work. And I worked for them for like about a year or so, went to another landscaping company. And after that, I just started applying. I had my college degree, so that counted as 4 years. I had already worked for 1 year for a couple companies. So then I was like, let me just apply and get my own thing. I've always been, like an entrepreneur type of guy. Like I saw the numbers, we work corporate, and I was like, man, like, we charging 20, 40K for some little project that gets done in a day or two. And I was like, this is all me, man. Like, I can't be working for people making a salary when I could just be working for myself, So I got my license. I started doing, it was me and my cousin. We literally started doing people's backyards. I hit up my cousin, I hit up my tia, whoever, like, yo, hire me. Like, I got my license, I'm trying to do a yard. But my goal was always to be where I'm at right now, which was commercial landscaping or government work. So you need a couple years, at least 2 years in practice for you to get certified and start doing bigger projects. So certified means like say with the city of Oakland, you get certified small local business enterprise. And once you get that certification, you're basically in a pool of contractors, which means I'm from Oakland, my workers are from Oakland, my office is in Oakland, so hire me. So they have these local hiring laws, which means in Oakland, it's 50% of every government contract has to go to a local. So it prevents these contractors, say from Canada, they come in, they take a job, they bring their own people. It doesn't even have to be from far away, from Stockton, Sacramento, whatever. But then what about us? Like, this job is in Oakland. Like, I'm from Oakland. We should be getting this work. So that helps us because I'm certified, and if they don't meet their 50% hiring goals, then they get fined. And us as contractors, we have to hire local too. We can't just go and hire people from anywhere else. Like, we have to show and prove that our workers are from Oakland, they live in Oakland, and even that they work for other companies around Oakland. So once you prove that, you get certified and you start getting work. And basically what that does is boost the economy, because if you're from Oakland, you're gonna get your check and you're gonna spend it in Oakland most likely, right? So say you're a company from Stockton, you drive every day or wherever, Sacramento, Lodi, etc. You get your check, you're going back home, you're gonna spend it up north, So in a way, it stimulates the economy. And there's, we obviously have to thank our local politicians that have been putting these rules on there for us, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this type of work. So they're obviously looking out for us and saying, hey man, we got to take care of our local contractors. So yeah, I got my license, started doing houses for like a year or two, thanks to Noel Gallo, which is a councilman for district D5, I think, or D2. D5, District 5. He kind of, I talked to him real quick and kind of showed me like, look, this is what you got to do to get certified. Got certified. And ever since then, I've been doing like schools, parks, government work. So it's been good. It's hard work. It's like a whole nother beast, than residential. Because residential, you're just like, yo, Ricky, what do you want? I want grass here. I want a patio here. All right, cool. Let's get it done. Right. Like government work, it's a lot of paperwork, certified payroll, which the government, the DIR, the Department of Industrial Relations, they put out the prices, they put out the rates. Like, you have to pay this guy minimum $30 an hour. And if he's a plumber, minimum, say 50, et cetera. Like carpenters, like they put out the rates for your carpenters, your plumbers, your landscapers, and you have to follow that. So you submit your certified payroll and you say, I'm paying my guys right. Here's the copy of the checks. Here's the, the money that was transferred to them. Here's the hours, et cetera. It's good. So yeah, just been doing a lot of You know, thanks to a lot of our investors, people like Ricky himself and his family that have been just like helping us out and just, you know, like that's what it takes. You know, it takes a community to, you know, like I remember I got my first project and it was like $600,000. So I'm like, holy fuck, like what am I gonna do? You know, I mean, this is a lot of money. Like, you know, I don't got that much cash flow like that. So I'm like hitting up my people, like, yo, what's up, man? Like, you know, let me borrow 50K or invest 50K. I'll give you back 55 or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I got going. People helped me out. People like Ricky, his family, other brothers, and you know, we put the cash together and we started building schools, building parks, all kinds of government work. So it's been good. So I'll definitely in the future going to be posting videos about how to get certified, how to get your contractor license, how to get the work, you know. So that's definitely right now at my company we do landscaping, which is irrigation, planting, artificial turf, even lighting. So anything outside of the building, that's really what we do. And yeah, just mostly commercial. I'll do like residential, but it's mostly like for just kind of like people that I know and that are like, you know, like my friends or whatever, like I'll help you out. But really like we're solely like my business goal, my business plan is to just do government and large commercial projects.
Nice, man. Well, cheers to that, brother. Cheers to that, man. It's been a beautiful journey, man. Yeah, man. I remember, you know, we graduated college around the same time, and definitely, you know, saw that you had that vision and that you wanted to take that risk for you and your family and for, you know, for the future of you being your own boss. And I mean, it's been a really inspirational story, bro. And I definitely, you know, that's why you're one of my good friends, because I like to surround myself with people who have vision and aspirations just as much as I do, or even more. So I commend you, bro. Did a lot of hard work. It's a great journey thus far. I know you're going to continue to grow, and I definitely got a really good idea that we're going to see native soil around the country one day. So, but and maybe even around the world. You guys are already doing jobs in Mexico.
You know what I mean, man?
Contracts in
Bro. A little bit, you know, we do a little bit of everything, mostly for like friends if they need me to do a like, little design for them in Mexico, etc. But really, like that'd be dope, you know what I mean, to get a cool little project, like large commercial project in Mexico, say Mexico City, Guadalajara, etc. And
There
like,
you go.
I got
That's the next goal. That's the next goal for sure. And everybody who's watching us on Facebook, thank you guys so much. I will be monitoring the chat. So if anybody has questions for Manny, or if you're looking to get into landscape architecture or anything of that nature, or just want to pick his brain, or me, is essentially anything about real estate, guys, go ahead and drop a comment in there. So I know that you're in Tequila country. I'm super jealous because I was supposed to be there with you, as you know, but work catches up with me, and stuff got in the way, and I wanted to be there with you guys, and I'm already jealous just looking at all your photos and all the videos you were taking. But I know you said you wanted to share something with the people, so if you want to pull that up, go ahead. I believe you have rights to share if you want to do that.
How's my lighting look? Dark? Should I turn the lights on?
It's a little dark. If you want to turn on the light.
Let me get the light.
And then, but yeah, more than anything, guys, I want to just chat a little bit about what I'm drinking on right now. I'll ask Manny what he's drinking on. Looks like he's having a cantarito from El Güero over there in Tequila, or near Tequila, Jalisco. They're a little bit outside of Tequila, but I'm drinking on a añejo right now, and this should be your go-to, you guys, on a budget. If you're looking for a good tequila, you don't want to break the bank. Shouldn't be more than $30-$40 at any store. Look for the little angel on there. That's the seal of approval. It's the Centenario Añejo. I've talked about this bottle before, you guys. Most bang for your buck. If you're looking for a really good tequila and you're not trying to break the bank, like I said, ask for Centenario Añejo. You should see it pretty much at every Bevmo. What else? Total Wine. They're going to have usually at liquor stores, and if you have a Mexican market or a Latino market near you, you will find this bottle. So go out and get it. If you guys are looking for a good tequila, this thing will go good with anything. I like to keep it simple, as you guys may or may not know. I tell you guys all the time, I keep it simple. I do mineral water and tequila. So I keep it nice and plain, nice and simple, so I can drink and hydrate at the same time. And then right behind me, I got a few of my collection right here. This is a bottle I've been holding on to. We'll talk a little bit about it on another time, but I'm gonna show you guys real quick. This is the big daddy right here. This is the Gran Centenario Leyenda. And look at, I only have a little
Big
sip.
daddy.
I got a baby
You already
sip.
killed
This is
it,
the one we were drinking on my 30th birthday. So we were all drinking on this one, and I left a little baby sip. I'm gonna probably drink this on my 31st birthday coming up, so I'm saving this. But what are you drinking on, brother? Did you get a cantarito to go?
Well, we got this big ass cantarito. I'm trying to like put a video, but somehow it's not reading my memory card, which is fine. But they basically, you could buy, this is like and this size, but they have like, me and my family were there for like hour and a half. We couldn't kill it, man. But they have like an even bigger size, like 2 times the size, you know. But yeah, you just
how much?
it's called
How much drinks you think is in that one?
it's a whole bottle in there for sure.
So you're thinking like 20 drinks, maybe?
Like 10, 15 maybe.
All right, all right.
So the way they make it, I just explained to you guys, it's a cantarito. They put salt and then lemon or lime, I guess lime. So
Right.
you know, melt the salt a little bit, and then they throw some orange juice in there, like fresh squeeze, and then
Nice.
throw some toronja, grapefruit.
Yep.
Boom, a little bit more in there. Then they put a whole bottle of tequila in there, size, and then they put squirt so it makes a bubble. Like it's a whole process to it, you know. But it's bomb. Currently, you got this bottle of Herradura Ultra.
Ooh, it's my favorite. Peep it.
No seal, no seal, no deal.
Exactly.
I really like. This is one of my favorites. Top favorite. Brand new.
I love that bottle. I can drink that bottle every day of the week.
Tastes like candy. Tastes like candy. Like if you're gonna,
it has to me it has like a little bit of a sweet flavor at the end, and it's
like candy.
I think what I heard they do is they add a little bit of the agave nectar in at the end, so that agave nectar just gives it that little kick. Yeah, it's extreme food. You get that bottle in the States. It just ain't the same. It's just not the same.
The way you're supposed to drink tequila, you gotta twist it a little bit, let the flavor sink in.
Do you breathe it? Yeah, I do the same thing. You gotta breathe it in.
Let your palate, you know what I mean?
Yup.
You're just coming, let it simmer a little bit.
Yup.
You wait 10, 20 seconds, and then para dentro.
Salud.
So, I'm gonna hit this up. Salud, bro. Like candy. I mean, honestly, no seal, no deal. Don't be getting that bullshit.
We talked to my viewers last time, and I told them that's the seal of approval. That's the Mexican seal that you know that it was made in that the agave is from tequila, that you're getting a bottle that's from Jalisco. So that is pretty much the seal of approval. Same thing.
I already started this one, as you can see.
That one's good too. That one's good. That one's
good. Cristalino slaps.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a little bit cheaper than the Herradura, but they're up there. Both together. I like this one a lot too. This one has
I like Herradura a little bit better. My dad and all my uncles like that 1800 better.
I agree that I like the Herradura better as well. But the 1800, it slaps too. And then
if you can't find one, the other one will work.
This one we got from our Airbnb.
Nice.
So I'm gonna try a little bit. First, I'm gonna hit this 1800. Salud.
Salud.
Oh, a little bit less sweet, but definitely. I mean, I've tried it before where I bought the regular United States one with no seal, and then the Herradura with the seal. A whole complete different thing. I'll show you guys the Airbnb.
So how far are you from Tequila?
I'm 5 minutes away, bro.
And then
so if you guys ever want to stay here, I'm gonna post the link so you guys can just rent this spot. But
and El Güero's close to you guys as well, right?
Yep, that's my dad over there, knocked out after he had like 5
seconds. Is that your dad lounging?
Knocked out, bro. Knocked out. So yeah,
How's the weather?
so,
Is it hot?
dude, perfect, perfect, just
Nice.
pleasant. So
Nice.
where I'm at, I hit a right, and 3 minutes later, I'm in Cantaritos El Güero. If I hit a left, 5 minutes later, I'm in Tequila. So Tequila is basically, you guys know what Tequila is, at least the city.
Yeah.
Amatitlan is where Casa Herradura is actually at.
Yes.
They got bought by Johnny Walker,
Yep.
so they actually make Johnny Walker in there too.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then I've been there. If you could go there to the Tequila Express, or
Yeah.
you could just walk up and get your own little tour. If you do the Tequila Express, it's like dope. They pick you up in Guadalajara 9 in the morning. They got mariachi, pan dulce,
And
all
that's
kinds.
and that's who does the Tequila Express again? What company is it?
Tequila Express.
Is it
I
is
don't
it
know.
is it Himador or something like that?
What?
Or is
It's
it
a
different?
private company.
So yeah, for a lot of people who don't know, if you guys want to go on and Google it, you guys are gonna love to see the videos of Cantaritos El Güero. Just like Manny was explaining earlier, the whole process of how they make the cantaritos is crazy. You guys want to see it, the way they twist the bottles and the way they pour it. And then the Tequila Express is pretty interesting as well. It's similar to like the wine tour in Napa, but this is on a whole another level. This is that you're going to the distilleries in Tequila. You're gonna not only drink all day, you're gonna eat all day, and they're gonna have music for you and everything. So it's a huge party on a train that goes through all of Tequila. So if you guys haven't been out there, man, it's not only a beautiful place. You guys will just get won over by the town. There's some amazing cuisine. I mean, it's a lot of fun, man. I was there last year around this time. I can't wait to go back, man. It's a beautiful place.
So there's a couple of Tequila Express. There's one that does the bus, and then one that does the train.
Right.
I've done
Oh, okay.
both.
Okay.
But basically, they pick you up in Guadalajara, say like the one in the bus. And
Right.
I'll post the link. We can post the link later so people can know exactly which one that is.
Right.
They pick
Ooh.
you up in Guadalajara. They have pan dulce. They have mariachi. They have 5, 6 buses just ready. Pa, 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 lined up. Tell you where to go. After you're done with breakfast, you go into the bus. Then right there you have unlimited, whatever you want, palomas, etc., tequila. So you hit that up, and then on the way, it's like an hour from Guadalajara to get to Amatitlan. It's not tequila, it's Amatitlan.
Right.
You get there, and then you go straight to the tour. But by the time you get there, you're already like drunk. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
so I
That's the
didn't really
point.
pay attention to how they make tequila. I was just more. To me, it was more important like the end result, which was the tequila itself. So you drink, you get there, they give you a tour. How they cut the pineapple, how they process it, how they make the tequila, the history. The history, which is pretty interesting. Like because tequila is a mix of the Spanish, the way the Spanish used to distill their own alcohol, and
Right.
the way the natives used to make their mezcal or their
Wow. Okay.
so they merged together two processes of how to, which is like straight like Mexico. Mexican itself, it's natives and Spanish mix. So
Right.
they taught each other how to make, their alcohol, and they made tequila. So it's two cultures merged into one. So they tell the whole history, etc., which is pretty interesting. And then once you're done with the tour itself, you go and you have a buffet. They have ballet folklorico, mariachi. Sometimes they even have dancing horses.
Oh
But the
wow.
buffet is like amazing. You'll be having like birria, pozole, quesadillas, you name it. Like, obviously having drinks the whole time. You know what I mean? So definitely highly recommend doing that. And then, once you're like, when I came, as soon as I was done, they drive you back to Guadalajara. I went straight to the Chivas game. I was already so it's a pretty good tour. But in Tequila itself, they have Casa Salsa. They have what other ones do you know about, Ricky?
Uh, it's Cuervo. It's
Is that
Herradura. It's what's it called? Himador. What else they got? Don Julio. Um, yeah, there's a bunch. I went, and there's also a few like mom and pop. tequila places as well that don't really have a huge brand name, but it's like the wineries in Napa and Sonoma. They actually grow the cactus, the agave, and then they sell it to big companies. So there's a lot of places like that too that are like smaller, but
Yeah.
they also sell their cactus to the big companies.
Right.
That's the one I went to. One of those last year. It was like a little smaller one. It was cool, you know. We got the whole process, the whole, you know, the explanation of the whole, you know, the how to distill it and all that good stuff. But the funnest part for me was actually like the learning of, you know, how to taste it correctly, how to drink it correctly, how to you know, what makes it añejo, what makes it extra añejo, what makes it, you know, how do they take raw tequila and make it aged, and what kind of barrels they use. So I mean, there's a lot of process to it. People don't really understand that it's not just, you know, they don't just cut the cactus and distill it from there. There's a huge process that goes into making that tequila a perfect tequila, and sometimes people right now, actually, Clase Azul is notorious for kind of reinventing the game. Clase Azul is starting to make mestizos, which is a mixture of different tequilas. So I don't know if you heard that down there, bro, that they're starting to like make like have you tried the Dobel Diamante?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I just had that last night, El Maestro.
The clear one?
Maestro.
Yeah, the Maestro. So
Yeah, yeah.
that one is their it's like a reposado mixed with an extra añejo. So that one's a mixture. So they're starting to do a lot of that stuff too, where they're taking really aged and a little bit more virgin tequila, and they're kind of creating a new, you know,
Dang,
new taste.
that's crazy.
So, I
I
mean,
didn't even know that, but I when we was out there at your cousin's house at SAS, we
oh
had
yeah. And Tepa, you guys went to Tepatitlan?
in Tepa, we had that, and then the next day I had some of that too. So I've been doing that, El Maestro Dobel, Diamante.
Yep.
I got the little video. You want me to put it on or what?
Yeah. Let's take a peek.
All right, here goes. So that's how this is. That's
You get to pick your bottle, right?
yeah. So basically, obviously, every other bottle has a different price.
Right.
Have some ice in there, obviously.
Oh, there goes the salt.
Oh, mira, para que vaya agarrando sabor.
Nice.
Limoncito.
Look, he's cranking them out.
That was, I think we got the grande.
Oh, look, Jared was ready too.
My wife and my baby. She drank a whole cantarito by herself. Just kidding. Para que se pusiera bien cariñosa.
So they're cutting the. Oh, okay.
Lime. I was just there earlier, but my reception wasn't that good, so I was afraid that we were gonna fail again. So we apologize for last week.
We're getting the experience right now.
Yeah, there it goes. Then he squeezes the orange juice. Takes a lot of lime, a lot of grapefruit, a lot of oranges.
I like that though, that it's all fresh squeezed juice, man. I mean, that flavor is probably ridiculous.
Bro, they're so freaking bomb.
Look at that. Look at that.
So that was the orange juice. So now they're gonna put the grapefruit in there. It's even good for you, man. You know, you gotta get that vitamin C.
I like that they're official out there. They got the mask, the gloves.
Official like a referee's whistle. So that's the grapefruit right there.
Yeah, they got the coolest part ever is when they pour the bottle in there.
There it goes. There it goes.
All right, so they break it off the top. They go straight
Ay,
to clone.
lo que recibe el cuerpo.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I got the
I
tequila
think
in there.
everybody who's watching is gonna end up going to Cantaritos El Güero after this. Everyone's gonna want to head out there.
And then we got, finally they put the squirt. I don't know why he didn't use this. Nice.
Look at that.
Where? It got a bubble. If it didn't bubble, you didn't make that right. It's not sizzling.
That thing is beautiful, man. Nice.
So that's how they made the cantaritos. It was pretty fun. It was like not that packed, but they had a live banda. They, I guess Monday, you know what I mean? But regularly on weekends, it'd be jam packed.
No, I can imagine.
Like camarones and tacos, and you could even eat and everything. So it's definitely a good spot.
Ferdinand Saints is asking us who's behind E40's tequila. I don't know myself.
E40?
I don't know who's behind his tequila, but now even The Rock has his own tequila. Michael Jordan has his own tequila. So
I wouldn't buy it because, I don't know, man. I'm just about authentic tequila. If it don't got the seal, then it's no deal for me. Like, it gotta be from Jalisco. And that's the interesting part. Like, it's like champagne. Like, tequila only comes from Jalisco.
Yep.
If it doesn't come from Jalisco, it's named something else, like licor de agave or whatever. But it's exclusive.
You can't have that name.
Jalisco, you can't even call it tequila. At least in Mexico, like the United States, they got their own rules. You know what I mean? But it's like you ain't gonna go buy a bottle of wine if it's not from Napa or say from Italy, and say, oh, this is authentic. It's not authentic. It's not from Italy or champagne. Say champagne. Champagne only comes from France.
Yeah.
If it's not from France, it's called sparkling wine.
Or brut.
Or brut. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's the same thing, same exact thing. Obviously, it could taste similar, etc. But they've been perfecting this for what, hundreds of years. So
yeah, same thing with like cognac. Cognac has to be from France. So does Scotch has to be from Scotland. Stuff like that. So yeah, tequila has to be from, or the agave has to come from Jalisco to be called tequila. So that's a little fun fact of the day for you guys.
Herradura, I would 1800, Don Julio, Tres Generaciones. What are the ones you like, Ricky?
I like San Matias. You don't see that one too often. Last show on episode 2 of Tequila and Transactions, I was drinking a Cristalino Añejo Tres Generaciones. Delicious. You can't even find that in the United States. It's one of the best bottles I've ever had. It's a Tres Generaciones Añejo Cristalino. That one was awesome. And also, there's another bottle. I don't know if the one I brought you from Mexico, the Eterno, the one that has like a weird little shape to it. Mm-hmm. You remember that bottle has like a black top on it? I brought you that one from Mexico.
Yeah.
That one's a good one too. It's called Eterno. And then from where we're from, and near Tepa, Jalisco, is a place that is up and coming for tequila as well. Glacia Azul is going to open up their distillery.
That's one of my favorites.
And in addition to that, there's a local family called De La Torre who makes an amazing tequila. I don't know if you've had that one yet, bro, but I have a bottle. I'll let you try it. But yeah, the De La Torre family makes an amazing tequila. They're from Tepatitlán, Jalisco, which is about an hour away from tequila. So a lot of people are making tequila. There's a huge demand for it. The market's up. A lot of people want to drink tequila nowadays. And with quarantine and coronavirus,
Don't be
We
caught
can't
up.
get enough of it.
Don't be caught up with that fake
We got to
market.
keep drinking.
Don't be caught up just because what's that for George Clooney is one of the posters. Don't mean that shit's good.
Hey, it actually is kind of good though. It is kind of good.
What is that, Casamigos or something?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't have the seal, but it's pretty good. It's
La
pretty.
Reserva del Señor is another good one.
Yep. Yep.
So I got a question from my homie from East Oakland.
Yep.
He said, I guess it one's for you. I guess we already talked about E40 who makes that one, and then he said, what's any deals on first-time home buyers?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good segue to go into real
Yeah.
estate.
Let's jump into real estate. Let's jump into real estate. So this is Tequila and Transactions. We're not going to just talk about Tequila, although we'd like to. We could be here all day.
Day.
Yeah, there is plenty of programs for first-time home buyers. If you guys have questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to put you guys in touch with one of my lenders. They have plenty of programs for you guys to take advantage of and to see if it makes sense for you and your family. So a few programs out there right now for first-time home buyers, and definitely you want to get started as quick as you can because rates are continuously going down. They won't go down forever. Eventually, they will go back up. So you got to take advantage of these rates now while you can. And more than anything, just see if it makes sense for you and your family. You want to get qualified and be ready to go when you hit the streets because there's a lot of folks out there looking for houses right now. That there is a lot of competition. The thing that's going on is that we do not have enough homes for sale. There is not enough inventory, which is going to be an ongoing problem until people start to sell their homes. So that's the struggle we have right now is that one nice house comes up, you're going up against 15, 20 other people, 30 other people who like that house. So you have to be qualified. You have to have a real estate agent who knows the market, who can advise you and tell you what you need to do to get that particular house. But right now there's a few programs. There's government sponsored programs. There's one called FHA. It's through the government. It's through the federal government. They are loans that allow you to put down 3.5%. Sometimes it will give you some credits towards closing to help you out with your down payment as well. So there is down payment assistance. That one is a California grant program. It's through CalHAFA is the company, and it's through the state of California. So what the thing is, with this program, they actually will let you borrow all the money you need for your down payment, virtually everything. So I've had clients purchase houses, purchase homes. I've done a few of these deals throughout my career. And I've had clients put down as little as $500 out of their own pocket. And they're definitely real, that you can definitely use them. But just know that if they're letting you borrow that money, it is for free, but you do have to pay it back. So that money that they let you borrow for your down payment essentially gets paid back to them when you refinance or when you go to sell your home. So the reason for that is because they want to continue to recycle that fund. They want to make sure that that money is used again for another family. So think of it as a never-ending fund that has to get replenished. So when you go to sell or refinance, that money has to go right back in for another family to use. And then we talked about the FHA 3.5% down. That one essentially is the first-time homebuyer program. You get a great deal on rates. What else can I tell you guys? And there's other programs as well through the cities. Those you'd have to definitely go through a local lender to see if they have any programs with that particular city. The municipality will have down payment assistance as well. Sometimes they'll just gift you money if you're buying in that city or county. And you have to qualify. There's income restrictions on that as well. Also, there is below market rate housing. There is other programs through banks that will give you credits towards closing, but do know that if they're going to give you money up front, banks are smart. They make their money back either which way. So just know that although they're going to hook you up in the front end, they get paid back no matter what. Like I said, banks are smart. They know how to make their money back. So the way they're going to do that is they're going to make your interest rate a little bit more expensive, which means that you're going to pay them that money back over time that they essentially gifted you up front to close. So there's different caveats. There's different options. There's more than just one. You just have to see which one makes more sense for you. Sometimes you don't even have to use a down payment assistance program or a first-time home buyer program. You could just go a conventional loan program and take advantage of the low mortgage insurance and stuff like that on different programs. But the best thing to do, you guys, is just reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with a lender who's going to go through all that stuff with you. Once you're pre-qualified, you've reviewed the numbers and you're comfortable with everything, that's when we go out and start hitting the homes. We go out and start seeing homes and making offers. So the first thing is just make sure you're qualified. You got to make sure you're ready to go take advantage of an opportunity, because there's other people out there who are ready to go and a little bit more ahead of the game than you are. So we want to make sure that we set you up for success. So that's why I'm saying, let's get you qualified. Let's get you ready to go and comfortable with the numbers, and make sure everything's really transparent. Because the last thing you want is, you start the process, they tell you what you may qualify for, and you don't really go through the pre-approval process. You don't want to go start seeing houses that you can't afford, because then when you start seeing houses that you can't afford, now you're not going to really like them as much because you saw something you can't have. So you want to make sure that you're setting up for the correct expectations, that you're not setting yourself up for failure. Salud. And more than anything, that you guys are comfortable with everything, because you don't want to go into, this is going to be the biggest purchase of your lifetime. You don't want to make a decision that's a non-educated decision. Make sure that we're educating you on everything, and that you can make a really firm, strong decision on that house that you like to move forward and write an offer. Because 1, you're qualified. 2, you've reviewed the numbers. And 3, you're comfortable with the payment, what your costs are going to look like for the loan. There is closing costs involved, so make sure you talk to your lender about that. It's not just down payment. And also, you want to make sure that you have some money set aside for inspections as well. And just in case you need some money to do any cosmetic fixes or anything like that on the house. But make sure that you have that conversation with the lender first to get qualified, because like I said, you need to set yourself up for success and be able to take advantage of opportunities if they arise. So don't sit there and twiddle your thumbs on your phone. Call me, text me, reach out to me, and then we'll put you in touch with somebody who's going to go through everything with you, so that you guys can go out and make a really confident decision on buying your house. So let me know who you know. So I'm happy to help you guys. It's always a pleasure to walk you guys through the process. I'm always doing first-time homebuyer seminars online. I can do them on the Zoom call. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I think we got some other questions coming in here.
Well, I had a quick question. How do you qualify for that program, the one where you don't have to pay any down, like where they help you with the down?
Yeah, so those ones, bro, I would say that the caveat is rates are going to be a little bit higher, and the fact that you have to qualify, there's income restrictions. So as long as your taxable income is within their limits, you can qualify for it.
What's the limit? Like you have
I don't know off the top of my head. I think you can't. I don't think you can make more than 85 to 90,000 or something like that.
Okay, just
net, as far as net income goes, or net income, not after taxes. So, but yeah, definitely those programs change ever so often. They've actually raised the credit requirement to 680. It used to be at 640 or 50, I believe. So as long as you have a 680 credit score, you guys should be good to go. If you don't know what your credit score is at, or hypothetically you know where it is, make sure you talk to that lender so they can actually run your credit, see exactly where you're at, and see if you need to work on anything too. That's always a great thing to do. Even if you're not planning on buying a house soon, it doesn't cost you anything. There's no obligation. You guys can get qualified at any time. If everything makes sense, then yeah, let's go out and see some homes and let's find you the right house. But if you need to work on some things, at least you know where you stand and you can work on that stuff to get you ready to buy a house. I think it's going to be a great time to buy a house until the end of this year. There's a big question mark on the economy and what's going to happen if there's a change in the election. Who knows? I can't predict the future. Anything can happen. I can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. A natural disaster, a war, anything can really shift the market, can shift the economy. Everything. So you never know, but for now, everything's looking good. Rates are low. We need more houses to sell. So if you're a seller and you're thinking about selling, there's no better time than now. There's a shortage of homes. There's plenty of buyers ready to buy. So let's get your home on the market, and let's get these buyers another beautiful house to try to consider on buying. And so that's the kicker is we need more homes. So yeah, that's more than anything. Let's get these homes on the market. Let's get these buyers in the door, pretty much. So, but but yeah, I mean, it's a great time. Rates, I think right now this morning I saw them hovering around 2.5% based on your credit score and down payment and all that stuff. That will fluctuate depending on your ability to borrow. But yeah, I think like I said, a great time to buy until the end of this year. Just make sure that you plan ahead and that you know you reach out to me or to a lender. Even if you do not want to work with me, no harm, no foul. There's no hard feelings here. I'm always happy to put you in touch with anybody, especially if I'm not in your market as well. Like if you're in LA, I'm up here in the Bay Area. I have plenty of buddies that are in finance, in the financial industry for lending, and also that are realtors as well throughout the country and mainly in Los Angeles. So I'm happy to put you in touch with anybody. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I got a great referral base that I can put you in touch with. But now we're going to switch gears a little bit here, bro. I want to pick your brain a little bit. But so now that we're talking about sellers, talking about selling your house, or even if you buy a house, say you got a really shitty backyard, front yard. I've seen some amazing work that you've done, and most recently, you've actually done some amazing work to my brother's house, who had a killer realtor, by the way. Man, that guy had an amazing realtor. I don't know who he was, but
All right, I'll take a shot. But before that, this is the 1800 Blanco that was my Airbnb gave me this, so I'm pretty excited about that.
that's your gift for staying there.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I like. So
There's a question here that says that I also read that it has to be 100% blue agave to be called tequila. Yeah, you have to use blue agave no matter what. You can't just use random agave. There's different kinds of agave. So as long as it's blue agave, that's mainly what they're growing. And like I said, once you drive into tequila, just imagine fields of wine, but with fields of cactus. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight.
I just drove from Jalisco to Tequila, 2.5 hours. Fields and fields of agave. I felt like I was
beautiful.
I felt like I was in a dream. And right now it's raining, so everything's green and lush, beautiful. But to answer your question, like if you're gonna buy a house that the yard is fucked up. Like you as a buyer, it's fucked up. And if you don't got a lot of money, you know what I mean? Like if you wanna like, and then you could hire me to landscape it or hire somebody to landscape it. But I mean, obviously I don't even do residential like that, so but I can still hook you up with one of my uncles or something. But you know, you have to be able to look like if you're looking for a fixer upper, that's what you're looking for, you know, like something that's within your budget and you can over time afford. But what I would definitely recommend, even though it's gonna cost you a little bit of money, get a master plan done. Because some people try to build a patio here and then a chicken coop over here and then a little grass over here, and next thing you know, it would just kind of piece together and it doesn't. So you know, get you a master plan, and then based off of the budget, and you do a little bit of time. But at the end of the day, it's all gonna connect. You know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of houses that are just kind of like, you know, like people just try to like, which is totally respectable. You know what I mean? Try to like do it themselves, but you know, even if you're gonna do it yourself, think it up and get a little Google Earth drawing. Get yourself some clear paper and start drawing. I would like my pool here, or like my patio here. You know what I mean? Like make 20 drawings and then pick the one that you like the most or merge the top 4 or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what we do, but you pay us to do it. If you're trying to sell, a lot of people, especially, people are moving. I get phone calls from like Florida, from like Michigan or something. Like people move in from out of, you know, to this country, to the state or California. And they're like, you know, my husband is something. They do some type of job. They came over here, hedge fund manager or something. They came over here and they buy this really nice house that's like in Orinda, and they want to like fix it up some more. Like your house already looks nice, but okay, I'll fix it for you. But anyway, people want what's called move-in ready, which means I want to move in and I got green grass, I got automatic sprinklers, I got a pool over here, I got, you know, a driveway, I got lights outside, I got my trees, like it's ready to go. Like I just want to move in. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to sell it, you definitely the minimum I would recommend is like at least mulch it. You know what I mean? Like go through some mulch on it and it makes it like 100% better.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I mean, I guess some people might not have the money up front, but it's like find it, get it, etc. But if you spend say 20K in your house, it might be worth another 60K. So it's like, you know, you're making more than triple off of your investment. But a lot of people are like, nah, I don't want to do that. It's like, okay, you know, right now the big thing is drip. A lot of people, the front lawn is not popular anymore. Like, even at your brother's house, that's what we did, drip
Right.
irrigation.
Right.
Got rid of his lawn and was like, let's put some drip, drought tolerant, like mostly like agaves and things like that. So it's like, it's not even gonna waste a lot of water in the future. To establish it, you know, it might take a little bit of water, but once you're done, like, you don't even have to use irrigation anymore. It's like, we're choosing plants that are native to California. So if you go to the hills, these plants survive off of the water they get from the rain. So essentially, we're trying to replicate that. Like they only get rain once a year, and after that, they have to survive off of the little water that they have. So that's kind of what we're trying to replicate in these gardens. And essentially, we're trying to, you know, reduce water usage as well, and trying to be environmental friendly. Because before it was like, I want a lawn. Yeah, like you want a lawn, but this is not England. This is California. You know what I mean? It doesn't rain year round like in England. So, you know, you can't get that green, lush lawn. Yeah, you can get it, but it's going to cost you a lot of money and water. You're going to pay water, you're going to pay fertilizer, and you're going to pay a guy to come mow your lawn once a week. So those are the disadvantages. Once you got your, you know, drought tolerant plants, literally put them in, they get established, and what happens? Boom. After a while, they just kind of automatically do its thing. You might have to pull a couple weeds here and there, but other than that, it's pretty cheap, and you could also always do it yourself. And you know, YouTube videos on how to do it. It's called sheet mulching, which is like the process of eliminating grass. So you put cardboard,
Right.
you put compost. It's like a giant lasagna. First you put cardboard, then you put 3 inches of compost. You put your plants, and then you put 3 inches of mulch. So you got a 6-inch layer with cardboard on the bottom. So if the sunlight doesn't hit, you don't get no weeds. You know what I mean? So that's essentially what it's doing. And then the cardboard, you basically suffocate. You don't even have to remove the grass. You just throw that on top, and it essentially suffocates the grass to death. So that's exactly what we did at your brother's house. We put the cardboard, the compost, and the mulch. Boom. Put some plants in there, and you know, now he doesn't want to. He doesn't have to water. In the back, we did a little bit of artificial turf. It's kind of like some people argue against it, some people argue for it, but it's because basically artificial turf is made out of petroleum. So really, you can't like decompose it. It's not, you know, recyclable. Once its life expires, it really has to just go to the landfill.
Got it.
But in the end, you're not wasting water, and you're not wasting fertilizer, and you're not paying a guy to mow the lawn, which he has to drive to your house, which that's gas. He also has to put gas in the machine to operate it.
Correct.
But really, what you know, what really is more environmentally friendly, it's kind of like, to me, the advantages is like if you have kids or pets, your grass is always green, you know. So like in my backyard, I have real grass in the front, and I have artificial turf in the back. My son loves it. Like I train back there. Me and my wife, we exercise. My son plays soccer and different things in the back. We never have to mow it. We never have to pay anybody to cut it. And the only disadvantage is that it does get a little hot sometimes. But they have technology nowadays where they have like W blades, which is literally like every blade is like a W, so it creates shade on the other side, which keeps it cool. You could also put certain type of infill, and the infill is what makes it fresh. You can wake up early, it's gonna be a hot day, you water it, it's kind of like sand, it gets wet and moist, and you just, you know, in the afternoon, it's still fresh. So there are advantages and disadvantages with it, but I definitely would recommend it in your backyard just because I don't know. I'm more I'm environmentally friendly, so I think in the end of the day, if you're the less water you use, the less fertilizer you use, the more environmentally friendly you are. You know, and these things last 10 or 15 years. So
Right.
if you look at it financially wise, you're saving a lot of money. You get your money back in about 3 to 5 years. You know, so if you calculate the water, the guy that you have to pay, and the fertilizer, it's gonna cost you less to do your artificial turf. But it's kind of one of those things where you have to put the money up front and wait for the savings later.
Right. Well, you hear it here first, guys. Sheet mulch it. Put some native plants that are environmentally friendly, that are not gonna eat too much water, and it's gonna look beautiful. And try to go for more smaller virgin plants because they're gonna look beautiful when they start to kind of grow in. But more than anything, I think the biggest takeaway is get a master plan. Don't make your backyard look all cattywampus. Want to make sure that it has a flow to it, that it's strategic the way that you're designing it. So talk to Manny, talk to one of his colleagues that he can put you in touch with, so that you guys can actually create the plan and make sure that you guys are sticking to it. You don't have to build it overnight, but at least you have your plan that you can start building it in phases. And when you're done, it's going to have a beautiful flow to it. So we do have one more question in here before we wrap this up, so Manny can get back to enjoying his time in Tequila, and then I can go show some property. But more than anything, I want to thank you guys once again for joining us. I'm going to wrap it up with one more question in here, and then let Manny give his final remarks, and we'll let him be on his merry way. But we do have a question in here from Francisco, from Paco Maravilla. He says, "Saludos, Ricky and Manny. Is it true that Don Julio separates itself from other tequilas due to it having only one master distiller than some other tequilas out there?" Yeah, bro, I think that's pretty spot on. Jose Cuervo, a lot of people don't know this. Jose Cuervo, the tequila, is not a great tequila. It's not very popular in Mexico, except for 1800, which is the descendant of Cuervo, which Manny's drinking on right now. But Cuervo is very popular in the States. There you go. But Jose Cuervo is like the master distiller. They started it all pretty much. Like they're the company. Every tequila is under that master distiller of Jose Cuervo. A few years ago, I believe that the company that owns Bacardi, I think they're. Let me look it up. I think it's Diageo. Diageo. Diageo is like the company, the parent company that bought Don Julio. So Don Julio is not a part of Jose Cuervo anymore. It's part of the company that owns Bacardi. So, and just like we talked about a little while ago, Herradura was bought by Johnny Walker. So there's different people that are investing in tequila. There's a lot of foreign investment. You have to do the trial and error and taste it and see if you like it. But Don Julio is always going to be a great name. Herradura is always going to be a great name. Tres Generaciones is always going to be a great name. 1800 in Mexico, not so much in the U.S., is going to be a great brand name. You can't really go wrong with any of those. Also, my new favorite is Maestro that we were talking about a little bit earlier, but those are great tequilas. Don't go for the cheapest bottle. If you're looking for something economical, this one, for $30, you can't go wrong. Even here in the States, it tastes delicious. In Mexico, it tastes a million times better. And if you're feeling real fancy, we'll get you a bottle of Clase Azul right here. Woo. Feeling real fancy because this beautiful thing is hand painted.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
This is the old one.
Just gotta put it.
Old one. It doesn't. This is one of the original bottles I had.
There you go. There you go. You hit it. There you go. Tap it.
There you go. Got a little bell to it. So
those actually get they're hand painted by Mexican ladies.
Yep.
So
yep.
if you want to support local artists,
supporting the tequila,
the Clase Azul.
Yep. Well, that does it for me, bro. Anybody has any questions about real estate, tequila, you name it, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help you guys. I'm always here to be a source of information to help you guys point you in the right direction. And Manny, you got any last words for us before we let you go?
Well, I had a question from B. Stokely as well, so I just want
Oh
to
yeah,
answer.
go for it. Go for it.
Um, like I got time. Do you got time?
Go for it.
Like, yeah. So, well, he said, "What's the biggest mistake you made on the job?" So, it's always good to talk about mistakes. So last year, I was doing like this big project, which kind of goes with this other question. Says, "What's the biggest job you've done?" So this was a job for like 700,000. We're doing this big outdoor kitchen, and we're doing vegetable planters, decomposed granite, and like this kitchen actually has been coming in the clutch for coronavirus. So this outdoor kitchen is from the Oakland Unified School District, and they're producing 30,000 meals a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so and this was kind of an actual nice, interesting project because Steph Curry actually came to see this project, and I was like able to stand
Oh,
right
that's
next
right.
to him and show him, look, this is what we do.
Nice.
So he was able to see it in like the 50% phase. So I'm kind of excited when it comes to see it finished. But he has this whole thing about feeding the kids, etc. So we had these vegetable planters, and there were like, say, I think like 30 of them. So five of them, or say 10 of them, were ADA accessible, which means they were raised planters, so somebody in a wheelchair could pull up and still be able to, guard you as the, people that are not disabled would.
Sure.
So there was 10 regular, say 20, 10 ADA accessible for wheelchairs, and 20, just regular planters. Me, I read the plans, or I don't even know what they read the details of the plans wrong, and I ordered wood for 20 ADA accessible and 10 regular. So that was a $20,000 mistake.
Oh
I
shit.
ordered I ordered hella extra wood, and this was like FSC certified wood. So it's not regular redwood; it's FSC certified, which means it comes from sustainable forest, and they're not just some trees that they want to knock down in the middle of nowhere. They grow these trees to cut them in a couple of years.
Wow.
But the way I was able to bounce back from that, I was doing a residential job at the same time, and that's kind of what happened. That I was just too busy and took too much work. I had like 15 employees, and I was here and I was there, and I'm just like, let me order the wood, boom, 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 and like it was just too much. But and we were gonna do like a retaining wall out of rock, and I was and stairs and things like that. I was like, hey man, like I got this extra wood. Do you want to just do it out of wood? It's gonna cost you a little bit more, but it's gonna look nicer. And my client was able to agree, so we were able to put that wood in there. And what was interesting was that this guy's daughter was actually like a director for the OUSD. So in reality, it was kind of fun for his daughter because the wood that was in this big, really big project at the OUSD kind of got installed in her
Wow.
dad's garden.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a big mistake. So I guess to me, it's like only take the amount of work that you can handle. You know what I mean? Me, I'm just kind of like, it's hard for me to say no sometimes, but I know that
Yeah, I
I've
agree.
learned my lesson that it's like, like if you're busy, and sometimes saying no to a job might get you more money because I said yes to this job, but at the end of the day, I could have lost some money if I
Hmm.
didn't have a backup plan. And some of that would actually ended up in my backyard too, so that's probably definitely the biggest mistake I made. And, so I guess in the end of the day, my advice would also be like, be careful, really read the plans
Yeah.
and look at your details. And even, what, consult, get somebody. They might not even charge you. Like call a homie. Like I have a lot of landscape architecture buddies. Like call a homie and be like, look at these plans for me real quick, and let me know if my takeoff is right.
Hmm.
You might have to pay somebody $200-300, but I'd rather pay somebody $300 and save 20K
Exactly.
than like go and order a whole bunch of material.
Yep.
So yeah, that's about it. Also ask how many employees I have right now. I have about in the field like about 4 employees, and me and my wife. But sometimes like it's just coronavirus in the summer. Usually
Yep.
we have like 15 employees. Last summer we had 15 employees.
Wow.
So it's just been slow. A couple
Yeah.
jobs got canceled, things like that. But we keeping our head above water, and I know that as soon as this thing is over, it's gonna be like too much work. You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah. I
that
mean, even for me, we were kind of sitting around, just with our hands, with our pretty much our sitting on our hands for a little bit because we were waiting for California to give us direction on whether or not we were going to be able to work and show houses. Because for a minute they were just telling us, hey, everything has to be done virtual. Well, I mean, how am I going to go show a house virtually? Clients or some people are comfortable that way. Some people can just see it online and are okay with it, but some people need to get a feel for it, especially when you're buying a house and making a huge investment. You want to go out and get a feel for it. You want to drive the neighborhood. You want to go hang out in the backyard. You want to walk through the door. If you don't get a touchy, feely, fuzzy feeling when you walk in the door, then the house is not meant for you. That house should call to you. It should be a house that you're going to one day call home. So for us, for a while, we were just kind of waiting around, and we didn't have a really busy spring market because COVID hit right in the beginning of March. So our March and April was pretty much gone, and we started showing houses barely the beginning of May. So our last few months have been crazy busy just because we've been trying to keep up with all the demand that was here for the spring. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that stuff's going to get better. It has to. It can't get any worse. I think once we get a vaccine that works and people are willing to take it, and at least there's something that can cure you if for some reason you get it. But I mean, it's like getting a flu. It's like getting any other thing. It's going to be around. We're never going to really get rid of coronavirus. But at least hopefully the doctors, bless their hearts that are working nonstop to make sure that we have a legit vaccine that's going to help us. I mean, eventually it's going to be able to help, cure people who are really going to, get extremely sick from it. And, that's what we want. We want to be able to cure those people who are maybe not able to fight it off more than anything. So, but yeah, things are going to get better, and, still praying for all the nurses, all the doctors, all the first responders, everybody who's out there still working, all the farm workers, all the truck drivers, man, everybody's out there still working, man. We got to thank all those people.
contractors, we out there, bro.
And
Like,
everybody. And people are still building houses. We still got farm workers out there picking our vegetables and our fruits, man. Hat off to those people who are out there in the extreme heat right now working. So, you know, all those workers are out there putting in work to make sure California and the United States keeps moving along, man. Hats off to those people. We thank you. We love you. It's extremely difficult times, and right now we're facing a heat wave that's ridiculous. So you left at the right time, Manny, because it's hot, man. It's hot out here,
I heard it rain like heck of hard.
dude. It was raining and thunderstorms, and man, it looked weird, man. I literally thought for a minute I was in like a tropical storm, or I was like hanging out in Mexico in a tropical storm. Because it's funny. That's how my parents are from a little town called Mezcala, right next to Tepa, or about an hour from Guadalajara. And we get tropical weather like that too. So I was like, man, we couldn't go to Mexico, but Mexico weather came to us. That's for sure.
You could have been out here. Aquí subías, pero te ofrecías.
I'll be there. I'll be there soon. Mexico is always got a special place in my heart. So I can't be gone for too long. I got to go back. We got to finish up our house that we're building. We're almost at I think we're about 90%. So I got to go back, make sure my house is on schedule. Grand housewarming party coming soon.
Coming. Well, where do where do you see the market? Like, I guess business wise, like in general, I think I like, where do you see it going, like next after coronavirus?
Man, I think virtual stuff is not going to go anywhere. There's still going to be people who are looking at houses online, who are going to look to stay at home while they view houses. Some people are a little bit more worried than others, so I definitely feel like that aspect of the business is not going to go away. A lot of stuff is going to get more virtual, more digital. I think that based on what happens with the economy the rest of this year, what happens to interest rates, depends what happens in the election. Either which way, I think it's all going to be dependent on what happens these next 6 months. I think definitely next year is going to be very interesting to see where the market goes. I don't see buyers going away. I still think there's going to be a stream demand of people living in rural and suburban living. I think that's just going to be the next phase. For the last 10, 15 years, everybody wanted to live in the city. They wanted to live next to a bar or next to a restaurant, walking distance from here, from there. Now, not so much. People want to move out. Salud. People want to move out and they want a little bit more running around room. They want to have the backyard. They want to be next to the park. They want to go on trails and go hiking. They want to be able to take their kids to different places walking, or they don't want to have to jump in their car anymore. They want to be able to enjoy the outdoors. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot of people move out and go closer to places like Brentwood, Oakley, Concord, going to Tahoe, going to Arnold, going to, certain places where there's mountains, where there's hiking, where there's trails, where there's fishing. So you're seeing a lot of people starting to move out to places where there's more recreational activities. And it's because I think that's just going to be the demand. People don't want to be cooped up at home. And especially say COVID-19 makes a comeback and you're having to be stuck at home, people just want a little bit more room to wiggle. They don't want to be having to, do business in the same room as their spouse or as their partner, with kids running around. So they want to be able to have a home office. They want to be able to have that outdoor space to entertain. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've never, ever had so much demand for a pool in my life. That's like the number one thing that buyers are looking for right now. I want a pool. And you may regret it later because it's freaking expensive to maintain. But I mean, you do got a pool, you know what I mean? You get home, it's hot, jump in the pool. It is what it is.
Right now.
Yeah, see, it's a luxury. It's a luxury, man, and it's a beautiful thing to have one, especially when you're at home and you got nothing else to do. Get yourself a little tequila drink, put on your swim trunks, and kick it poolside.
Honestly, I had a lot of clients. Like I built this $200,000 home for one of my clients, and he's a retired doctor, and he when I saw him recently, he was like, "Dude, I'm so glad I built my house. Everybody is like telling me I'm so glad you built it, etc." I'm like, "Why?" Like, before coronavirus, everybody would just go hop on a plane, and I'm in a resort, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody wants their own resort at home. Why? Because you can't really travel like that anymore, and I guess like the game's changing for us landscapers because people want a pool, they want their fire pit,
Yep.
they want their their amenities at home, because the thing is changing from let's travel and go to a resort to I'm just gonna be at home. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because I guess historically wise, in the 50s, 60s, there's a thing that they call white flight, which meant like a lot of people, they move from the inner city to the suburbs.
Yeah.
Now people are coming back.
Yeah.
People are coming back. They like, I guess they want to come back to the city because the main thing, I think the main factor is traffic, right? Like even if you live in the Bay, and if you want to go to say if you live in Tracy and you want to get to Oakland, before it take you like 30 minutes, now it could take you like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get home. Right? So I think in a way, people are moving back to the city. As a landscaper, I've seen that a lot. People are hiring me. They want a mini resort in their backyard. Back in the day, they just go travel, and now they're like, I can't even travel anymore. I just want to do it from home.
I'll just build it here.
Right.
Build it at their house.
So I'm about to hop in the pool right now.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. It looks like the sun is setting. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the sun over there and jump in the pool, man. It was a pleasure, bro. I appreciate you so much for jumping on here while you're on vacation in Tequila and showing us a little bit of your trip out there and more than anything, inspiring the youth, to get into landscape architecture and also giving those sellers out there some tips on what they need to do to get their house nice and presentable for when they go to sell it. But It's a pleasure, brother. I always enjoy talking to you, and wanted to thank you once again for agreeing to jump on Tequila and Transactions with me, bro.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, as I have my company Instagram is native_soil_inc.
Yeah, go
Look me
follow him.
up
Go
and ask
follow
me
him.
whatever you want. Like I will gladly answer your questions. You know, like
You heard it
even
here,
help you
guys.
out.
Native Soil has your back. So go ahead and reach out to him. Let him know anything that you guys need. He'll take care of you guys.
And
All
if you
right, you
want to buy a
guys.
house,
Much.
contact
Great rest of your evening,
Boulevard
bro.
Real Estate.
Thank you, guys. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening. Take care, bro.
Peace out.